guys, Matt Lemke here with Your Gamer Goggles, and I'm here. You know what? I was just introduced to these guys and I didn't even look at their name. This is Martin, and they have Planet of the Apes coming to Kickstarter very soon. This is a licensed product of all the movies, right?
Yep.
Yep. And you know, I don't even know the name of the game company because I was told Planet of the Apes, and I'm like, that's cool. So what's the name of the company gonna be, or is?
It's WYSWYG Games. Like.
That's a bad joke. I'll cut that out because I am a terrible comedian. But anyway, WYSWYG Games, Planet of the Apes, and I'm just gonna let Martin go because I haven't asked any questions yet.
Good. So the Planet of the Apes board game is going to be a co-op skirmish miniature board game where all the players get to play the apes, and they're fighting against humans controlled by an AI system by the game in many different scenarios. The gameplay is going to be very scenario-based, so lots of mission in the base box, and then the two big selling points of the game are first, there are trees on the board, and this creates some sort of three-dimensional gameplay where apes get to go from the treetops to the ground and the other way around and move a lot within the trees, while humans controlled by the game have to stick mostly to the ground, although they may have a few traitor apes playing with them. But yeah, you'll be as the apes, you'll be moving around a lot and trying to use the trees to your advantage to outmaneuver the humans in a very vertical gameplay. And then the other thing that was very important to the license was the fact that the apes evolve. The virus gets them smarter and gets the humans dumber. So during the game, your miniatures will get to evolve. Like basically they will sort of gain experience during the game, and at some experience levels, evolution levels, the stat blocks will get better and they can do more complex actions, that kind of stuff. Humans, on the contrary, cannot evolve, obviously, and in some scenarios they will even devolve, like they get dumber as the scenario goes on, and the virus makes them actually less and less smart. So I think that pretty much sums it up.
And well, mechanic-wise, it looks like it's D6 based, some symbols, numbers, and action point system, right?
Yeah, definitely. You'll be using order cards at the beginning of the turn, of your turn. That gives you, each card gives you a certain number of different orders, like move, fight, special actions, basically. And not all order cards are worth the same number of orders, but once you played an order card, it's actually discarded, and you can't use it again until you've played all of them. So there's some resource management to it. You want to keep the good cards for the right time, and so that you get the maximum effect for them.
Okay. I had a question, but I lost it.
Shoot.
Oh. Roughly how many models? Oh no, is it alternate activation? That's what I was going to ask.
It's
So is it one ape goes, one model goes, or one group goes, and then the other team goes?
It's actually one player goes and the other side goes.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the demo.
Yep.
Skirmish base. First turn here, let me move this guy back to where he goes. Alright, so for the first turn here, I am going to play.
Want to say thanks again?
Let's do this one. 2 of each. I'm going to allocate myself, and I'm just kind of doing this over here so you can not big in the flight game. I'm going to allocate myself 2 of each of these resources.
The guy teaching me didn't do a particularly good job, and I think my turn.
And I'm going to immediately go for the briefcase.
So he was kind of bragging on how
So my squad here, they have a movement of 3, so I move them all together. 1, 2, 3. They have a ranged attack of 4, and they have an impact of 2, and we'll get to impact in a minute. So range attack of 4, this is how you count out range. 1 square, 2 square, and then 3. So if you notice, the circles here that are on the foliage, they correspond with the square that's directly below it. So when you're counting range up or down, you always count it that way. So I'm going to fire at this guy. So I'm going to spend one of my attack actions, and I'm going to fire. So now, normally, they have an impact of 2. So I'm going to roll my 3 dice. so and when you have impact, you increase your highest die roll. So I take a 5 and I turn that into a 6. Now 6 isn't as good as it gets. A special die is as high as it gets, but you have to roll those. You can't bump from a 6 to a special. So my 5 is going to go to a 6, and then my 3 is going to turn into a 4, right? So that's +2. But in this scenario, or this situation, since I'm firing upwards, this number is reduced. So I get a penalty. So I normally have 2, but this time it's going to be 1 because I'm shooting up 1 level. If I was shooting up 2 levels, I would lose all of that impact because it would be -2. And it goes the other way too. So if you're up here and you're firing down, you get to add 2 impact. If you're up here, you get to add 1 impact. You're firing down on people. So I will roll that back to the 3 that it was. All right, and so now what I want you to do is go ahead and roll your 3 dice. And so this is your defending roll. All right, so this is your best die. All right, so you go highest to lowest. And so you're gonna take your highest die and you're gonna match it up against my lowest, and so on and so on. So the way this works out is this, you block it, you don't take the wound. This is also, you're higher, you don't take the wound. But here, I'm higher, so I deal 1 wound to that model. So on your tracking sheet there, he's the one with the gray base, so we're just gonna plunk 1 wound down there to show that he's got 1 wound. They have 3 total. And then also I need to spend my... All right, so for my other move action, and you don't have to do these in any order. There's no order of operations. You can move, then attack, and then move, whatever floats your boat. I'm going to take red, and his movement is 3 on the ground. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, because I want everybody going towards that briefcase. So that's my last move action, and I'm going to spend my other attack action just to fire up at that guy again. Same thing. So I'm going to roll 3, and you're going to roll 3. Not too great. Alright, so I've got 2 4s and a 3, and you've got a 5 and 2 3s. So you block me here, but I actually do 2 wounds to that. So the model's fully wounded. He dies. You're going to pull this guy down here. But don't worry, at the beginning of your turn, you can respawn as long as your respawn area is not full of models. So if you've got free space there, the generic or the mooks or minions, whatever you want to call them, they filter back into the battlefield at that point. So since he dies, the briefcase drops to the ground. And on my next turn, my objective is going to be to try and get to that briefcase, use one of these actions to pick it up and carry it back here, and then use another action to blow it up. But I won't be able to pull that off in 1 turn probably. So now it's your turn, and you can do whatever you want. So you can control anybody, but you're using Rocket's card, or whoever's cards you want to use, but you pick a command card for what you'll be doing this turn. As far as choosing them, since well, you know what? You might want to, if one of your squads can get over there in 3 movement and spend a regular action, you can pick back up the briefcase. That would be priority numero 1.
I would say so.
Okay. Alright, so you've allocated 2 move, 2 attack, and 1 regular action. So like if you want to move the gorillas, you can spend a move action, and then you can move all of your gorillas up to 3 spaces. They don't have to stick together. It's like you could have this guy go get the briefcase and have these guys move in to fight, or whatever you want to do. If you want to get in melee with red, you can. 1, because you can move diagonal, so you can go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can get them in there. So you can spend spend this to pick up the briefcase. So your gorilla's got the briefcase. And then you can move some more or you can start attacking. You've got 2 attack actions.
I'll go ahead and use the first attack.
Okay, and who are you attacking with? One of the gorillas is attacking red. Alright. So here's where you get to see how the name characters come into play. So red, I get to roll an extra die and drop the lowest. And he also gets some re-rolls, so let's see how this pans out. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to roll 3, and your gorillas have an impact of 3 for melee, so you'll get to bump up your die 3 times. Alright, so you got 1, and then this 3 is going to turn into a 5, and a 2. And then red's melee is also 3, so I'm going to take my 6, and I'm going to bump this 3 to a 6. And then I'll take this 2, but since I can re-roll up to twice, I'm going to re-roll these 2s. Not that great. I'll take 3 6s to live with that. So, you're attacking, I'm defending. So, your special die is going to beat me here, and this will be blocked, and this will be blocked, but red will still take a wound. And if you want, you can keep attacking. A model can attack as many times as you have attack actions to spend. Or you can have somebody else attack, it's up to you.
Okay, at this time
Oh, you know what?
I'm rocket.
I messed something up there. So we were in melee, right? So since we were in melee, and I attacked you, you actually beat me here.
Yep.
So since we're in melee and we're trading blows, oh, you know what? No, I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
Just say he attacked you.
You dealt me 1 wound, but I also, these 2 won, so I deal 2 wounds to your attacking gorilla.
Ah, that's what he was trying to say.
Yes,
I was
yes.
wondering that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the rocket's here, so we can go ahead and have a character battle.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Alright, so yep, I'll roll 4 and you roll 4. Alright. So you can drop the lowest. Don't forget though, so impact, so you got this and this. This is gonna get bumped up to a 6. Right?
Alright.
And then I've got, this is gonna get bumped up to a 6. This will get bumped up to a 4. Drop my lowest. So now, so the attacker gets to choose whether, okay, so right now you can choose whether, oh wait a minute, I got these wrong. 6, 4, 3. So as it is right now, you're gonna deal me 3 wounds. You can choose whether you want to re-roll because he has the re-roll mechanic. If you want to, but I mean, why would you?
No.
He's going to deal me 3 wounds. Because you got 2 more. That's true. So I still have the option to re-roll too. So if you want to re-roll any, you can. Like since this one's your extra die. Wait, did this land on this?
No.
Okay. Like you could re-roll this and try and get some more specials. I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll all my everything. Yep. Oh, there you go. So that's gonna, yep. So now unless I get some specials, the rule is gonna come into effect where you do all full wounds to me because you got 2 specials. So there's no way I can block it unless I get. That's not gonna happen. So he is gonna take, Rocket's gonna take 3 wounds, and my rolls were not good enough to even deal you any wounds back. Or sorry, not Rocket, Red. Red is gonna take 3. So he's knocking on death's door right now.
And I take it that once you knock that character out, that character.
Characters don't respawn. Yeah, they don't come back. And that, I mean, that's basically the gameplay in a nutshell.
All right, sweet. Thanks, guys. Good demo.
Thank you.